I was going to go easy on you, not to hurt your feelings.
You f***ing irritate the shit out of me!
I'm only going to get this one chance. It's just a feeling I've got, like something's about to happen, but I don't know what.
All I hear, go get the money, so I go get it. Hate means I do something.
Hey, what's going on, peeps? Welcome to Gap Selling Keenan 51. For those of you here, for the last one, what a shit show, what a horrible experience for number 50. We were so excited for 50, and this cat bombed. He was disrespectful coming on, didn't even have something he really could sell. People kill me, y'all. People kill me. You know I don't butter things up. So here's the deal. Welcome to Gap Selling 51. For those of you who don't know, I want to put you in the know. Gap Selling Keenan is where a real live salesperson who has a product or a service they believe I or a sales growth company needs, and therefore they are trying to find a problem they're trying to solve for us. And if they do, we will buy. We have already bought from at least 3 people, I think, maybe even 4 now. So if they find a problem we have, we will buy. If not, they must endure my wrath. Okay, not my wrath. I'm a nice guy, but all right. So this week we have, I know I love this. We have a Keenan. Can you believe it? We have a Keenan. So let's bring in Mr. Keenan, who's going to sell the Keenan, and see if he can make it happen. What's going on, Keenan?
Not much, Keenan. It's great to be here. I actually have a product. What was that?
I said it's weird that literally you have the same name.
Well, it's a pleasant coincidence, and I actually have a product to sell, so it's a little bit already off to a better start than the last guy.
All right, I feel you. I trust you. Now here's my question, though, right?
Yeah.
I got to start here. So Keenan is Irish, and it's a last name that people have begun to adopt for first names. But Yosef, I believe, is Hebrew or Israeli, no?
Yeah, it's like Assyrian, also Hebrew, so kind of both.
Okay. Are you Syrian or are you Hebrew?
So I'm not Syrian, but Assyrian. It's kind of like an old empire, kind of like Rome, where it doesn't really exist anymore, but now it's like present-day Iran, Iraq, and some other countries.
Oh, okay, Assyrian. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Now, were you born here in the States?
Yeah, so my parents came from Iran, and I was born in Chicago.
Do they speak Persian?
Yeah, so they speak.
Sorry, Farsi. I know better. Farsi. I
was about to give you some shit. I was about to give you some shit there. No, I'm kidding.
I know, it just slipped out. Farsi. Do they speak Farsi?
Yeah, they speak Farsi and Assyrian.
Do you speak? Oh, they still speak Assyrian. Whoa, that's old school.
Yeah, so I speak Assyrian as well, pretty decently. I don't know any Farsi, but they know Farsi since they're from Iran.
Got it. Now, did they leave Iran in the 70s when the Shah fell?
That's exactly right.
Are they Christian?
Yeah.
I'm no dummy. Yeah, you gonna school me now? I know how it all came about, man. Christian had to get the hell out.
That's impressive, though. A lot of people don't know that history. So,
come on, man. I don't fuck around. I like to know. All right, so here's the deal, man. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to walk everybody through what it is you sell. So at least there's some how do you want to say, some context for people listening. Then I'll give you 15 minutes to do your thing, and then we'll go from there. Okay?
Yeah, so basically.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. The floor is yours.
Thank you. So yeah, basically the elevator pitch for my company Lob is that we help you use technology to leverage direct mail in the most effective and efficient way possible. So
Did you say direct mail, like as in mailers?
That's right.
Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, here we go. This is going to be good. All right. So help companies. Well, I didn't even know that was still a thing, but okay, I'm good. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So basically from the research that I did, I saw that there's several different revenue streams, right? Recruiting, consulting, speaking, book, and trainings. From what I gathered, it seems like the book and the trainings are really the current focus, right?
In what regard?
In terms of, well, I know you have a pretty ambitious goal of 25 million by 2028. And so I figured like those are what you're seeing as the biggest drivers of reaching that goal at this moment. Is that accurate?
So the training and the consulting, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, okay, training and consulting, book wise. Okay, so the book, I'll correct, isn't really, from what I gathered, it's not really a big driver of revenue directly, but it is a great way for people to find out about you. And,
Yes.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay. So, and how is your marketing team currently set up? I know that you recently hired a new firm to do ads, and what else for you?
They're doing a lot of our socials. They're doing our social. They're doing the content creation, like, the memes and stuff like that. So they're doing a lot of the execution.
Okay. So social and content. And then you have a different company that does your paid ads, right?
Yes, and our SEO, separate company for SEO.
Paid ads and SEO. Okay. And then when I said direct mail, you kind of cringed. Why is that? Do you already have an experience with direct mail at your company or in past companies? Or
No, I don't think anybody reads it. So
Okay.
everywhere I go, in the last few years where I've lived, whether it's I live in a place now where you can't get mail sent to your house, you got to get it at the post office, right? So there are 4 big, huge recycle bins, and every time I go, they're filled all the way to the top with everybody's direct mail, just doosh, 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 thrown away.
So what makes you say that they're not looking at it? Because they might be looking at it and then deciding to throw it away.
I'm not looking at it. I may look at it real quick and then I don't see any value.
Okay. So
And it's crazy is I'm curious. Like, because of my curiosity, I look at everything, and I know I'm not like most people. Like, literally most people. Like, back in the day, my ex-wife would throw shit away without looking. I'm like, how do you know what that is, right? And she's the norm. She's the norm, right? But no. Mm-mm.
Okay. So obviously you're leveraging email already, right? You're using email you have newsletters and all that. I know on the website you prompt that. So you see the value in email. Do you think that more people are looking at email rather than their mail?
Probably not. So we're using email in terms of our newsletter that people sign up for, right? So
Okay.
people sign up for that. And then any outreach we do using outreach, no pun intended, any outreach we use using outreach. No,
Okay.
the calls are really low, right? The response rates are low. I mean, that's why we have to send out so many, right?
What are you currently seeing in
Keenan,
response?
you're making the same mistake everybody else did.
Yeah.
Okay? You're going through our process too fast, and you're asking me what I think. Find a problem or find an opportunity and then build on it.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. So where are you currently spending your marketing dollars? You're spending it on paid ads, SEO, and what else outside of that in your content person?
That's it. We're going to drop a couple of videos.
Okay.
We've just been waiting. We've been waiting forever. But anyways, we did one funny viral video that we're waiting to drop. Once the website is done and we can stop focusing on that, which Jesus should be saying every day for weeks now, but I think we're finally getting close. So once that's done, we're going to shift to that. But yeah, that's primarily it. Advertising, SEO, social media, etc.
Okay. And you're currently spending, you said 25% of revenue on marketing?
Yeah, roughly.
And what percent of revenue do you hope to drive from marketing?
I mean, I'd like to see at least a 2x.
2x?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'd like to see at least a 2x. And most of your ads are currently for either, well, from what I heard, either the book or the trainings, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the average sale that you get from the trainings, right? Obviously the book, I know how much that costs, but what is your average sale for the trainings?
Around 42,000 to 43,000.
43,000?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then how many leads on the last call? You said you're getting 3 to 6 a week, right? Or
Yeah,
what
it
is it?
sounds about right.
Okay. 3 to 6 leads a month. And what percent of those end up buying? Out of the, let's split the difference.
We have a 32% close rate.
Okay. So let's say you bring in let's say you're doing 6, right? Let's take the high end of the range. So if you're doing 6 and about a third close, then you're getting 2 a week. So that's 8, right? 8 a month close off of the ads. Is that accurate?
I'll be right. Yeah.
Okay, so 8 a month. And if you're looking at the average sale of 43, let's see what that is. So that's like 350K, right? Roughly from those ads. You're doing 8 a month closed at an
I
average.
don't know exactly how many. From the yeah, I guess I could roll with that.
Okay, so
I
let's
don't
see.
know. We're doing our best. I should probably create a report of figuring out where things come from and what deals close and what deals don't close from the advertising. And
Okay.
actually, I need to I'm going to run a report. I'm going to create a report now on that because I don't know exactly what it is. I didn't know I had 30% close rates across the board, right? So those can be from referrals, that can be from advertising, that can be from everything.
Oh,
so I don't
got
know
it.
exactly on the ads.
So if that's total, then we would probably say that it's actually lower than just for the ads, I would assume, right? Because you're going to have a lower closing rate on ads versus a referral.
Potentially. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Potentially.
Okay. Well, let's just keep that 32%. If you're doing the range of 3 to 6, closing, let's say 30%, then you're bringing in about 170 to 350,000 a month from your paid ads. And then do you know how much you're spending on the paid ads in a given month?
On the paid ads, maybe 1,000 a month, maybe 1,500 on the paid ads, the actual ads themselves. I know that we cut back on the budget for a while because, again, our website has been broken for so long. And I know Brady said this on a million different calls. So we're not where we want to be from a tracking perspective on the advertising, ad spend, et cetera, because the website's been broken. But the new website is live. We just haven't promoted it yet. We're still making a few changes. We just added full story to it. So there's going to be we'll have a much greater control, I would say, in the next 60 days once we've announced it live and can start tracking people on it and get a better feel for ad dollars are spending and how they're producing.
So wait, that 3 to 6 leads a week that we said you're getting, that's not just from paid ads, right? That's from everything?
That's on everything. That's everything. Yep.
So do you know how much you're getting just from paid ads?
No, we haven't been able to track it.
Okay. Well, so let's say you're getting from referrals, paid ads. Well, let's say you're getting from referrals, marketing, and what else? Is that really it?
Referral, marketing,
And then do you get anything from
and then the inbounds. Then we get all the inbounds. Like they come from all over. People download our content, been following us. Okay, so look, man, you're 13 minutes in. I told you before, find a problem. Okay, so
I think
stop, Keenan, stop. What do you think my problem is?
I think your problem is that you're missing out on revenue, profit, as well as, you're not getting as many leads as you could, which is causing you to lose out on revenue.
How many leads? Okay, so good. How many leads am I getting now?
You said you're getting 3 to 6 a week, sorry.
From advertising, right?
Yeah. Well, 3 to 6 from everything, not just advertising.
Okay. So yeah, all right, we'll go with that. So let's say 3 to 6, right?
Yep.
So what do I want to do? How many do I want?
Well, from what you said on past calls, you're already pacing to do over your target. So we
exceeded our target.
So my intention of this call isn't to tell you that you're not going to hit your target without using us. The intention of my call is that you're going to grow even faster than you would, right? If I came in and say I'm going to help you hit your goals, that doesn't matter to you because you're already going to hit them.
Okay, that's this year. And nobody should be talking. Nobody. See, this is everybody pay attention. Pay attention. I just don't understand how people don't think. And you're one of the smart ones, Keenan. You're one of the smart ones. Nobody should be selling anything in fucking December on this year's success. Nobody. Why are you even thinking about this year, Keenan? Tell me why.
True. Okay, well, I guess I made a wrong assumption that you would continue that into next year.
Wait, but no, you didn't make that assumption I would continue into next year. Oh,
no, I was assuming that you would continue to hit your goals next year as well. Since you've
how the fuck can you make that assumption.
I know. Well, now I know it's a wrong
Oh
assumption.
my God. I mean, what? Oh my God. How can you make that assumption? What are my growth goals for next year?
Well, you want to double every year, right?
Okay. What do you know about doubling every year? What do you know about that?
Well, you said you're currently doing 3 to 6, so you'd have to do 6 to 12.
Yeah, but what? Oh, fuck, I have to answer this. I'm sorry. Everybody, pause. I don't even know how to hit mute. Hold on. I got it. Fuck it. They'll leave me a message. I hope it's not what I think it is, though. Anyways, okay, listen. What do you know about doubling every year?
Well, in specific to you, or what do you mean by that?
No, just about the math. Come on, man.
Well,
what do you know about doubling every year? What?
You want to 2x your revenue.
Yeah, but what do you put into business perspective, Keenan? What do you know about doubling every year?
I don't really understand specifically what you're asking.
How many people do that?
I don't know what percentage.
What do you think it is?
Probably small percent, maybe 5%.
Okay. And then, but think about this. Okay. Oh my gosh. 1 penny to 2 pennies. Is that easy or hard?
I mean, that's easy.
2 pennies to 4 pennies. Easy or
I know what
hard?
you're saying. It's harder to double as your revenue gets larger.
Yes, my man. Like, that's the thinking. That's everybody pay attention. It's the one thing about gap selling I cannot teach. I cannot teach thinking. I cannot. So if you know, this is the art of selling. If you know that I'm trying to double every year, right? You know I doubled last year. You know I doubled the year before. Well, you should have, but you could have asked. But I know I doubled the year before the pandemic, was able to hold during the pandemic. So logic would, and you know I have a certain amount of employees. So logic would tell you that I'm not trying to double from 50,000 to 100,000. Logic should tell you that, right?
Okay, so then let me not make
Right?
assumptions.
So logic should tell you that
Okay.
what? We're getting into bigger numbers, right?
Okay, so let me take a step back. How much would you like to bring in revenue-wise next year in 2022?
I want to double. I'm not going to tell the whole world what my revenue is. Sorry.
You want to
But
double it,
let's just say, yes, I want to double. Let's just say, I'll just put it this way. Let's just say that we're a multi-million-dollar company.
Okay. So do you think that with your current inbound flow, if this year you did 130%, in order to double next year, that means that your
No, we doubled this year. We literally doubled.
You doubled this year. Okay.
Yes.
So in order to double next year, do you currently have things in place to get you there inbound wise?
No. You should have asked that question freaking hours ago.
Well, I already knew that from your past call. So
But you still got to get me. You got to walk me through it. You got to get into my business where I want to go. You spend too much time on the how. Remember in Gap Selling, we talk about process questions, probing questions, provoking questions. You spend way too much time in the process questions. And I warn people about this. If you do this, even with future customers, Keenan, you run the risk of them saying, what the fuck is this conversation going?
Yeah. Okay. So this is basically what I saw, right? I think that you're leaving money on the table by only using.
No, don't tell me what you think. No, you had me. No, I don't think I have enough.
Okay. So have you noticed that your current marketing strategy has been getting more or less effective as time goes on this year versus last?
It's been flat.
Okay. It's been the same.
Now, good. Keep going. Now you might get onto something, Keenan. Keep going.
Okay. So if it's staying the same, when you say it's staying the same, what do you mean by that? Your return on spend is staying the same?
Pretty much. No. Again, remember, I told you, I don't really know what our return on spend is, right? I don't know that yet. I'll know more in the next couple of months. What I do know, at least I believe, is that we do not have enough to double again.
Okay. And when you say it's staying flat, you mean you're getting the same amount of leads from it? Is that what you mean?
The same amount of business. Yeah. Same amount of leads, same amount of new opportunities. See, the other thing is, too, you got to ask yourself, come on, man, you got to think. If you're selling leads, you're also selling opportunities. You haven't asked me a single question about opportunities yet. You got to know your business. You got to know who you're selling to, right? So
what do you mean by opportunities that you're getting?
Oh, Keenan. No. Keenan, a lead is a lead.
Yeah.
A lead does not turn into an opportunity every time.
Yeah, Brady said that. I already have the math from what Brady said before, which is that 100% of them book meetings, and out of the ones that aren't qualified, it's because you disqualify them, which again, I already have the 30% close rate, which is really what I'm.
Close rate? No, Keenan. Close rate is how many actually turn into business. They end up signing a contract, right?
Yeah, I understand that. She said, I can't find the note that I had on it now.
Then ask me. That's my point. Dig into my business. So I told you that I don't think we have enough.
Yeah, so if it's remaining flat, then that means that you're not going to be able to double next year doing the same thing that you're doing now.
No.
Okay, so do you think it'd be worth trying something different from what you're currently doing?
No, not necessarily. It depends on what that is.
So for example, well, do you already have a list of how are you converting? Okay, so I guess here, let me focus on one thing. If you were to send, do you know what the average conversion rate is on direct mail pieces?
No idea.
Okay, so what's average, right, is 5% for a prospect list, right? So you just find a list of people who seem like your target buyer, and the conversion is 5%, right?
Okay.
So if we take that math, right, and you're sending 10,000 mailers, and actually for prospect, for a house list, right, like people you already know have interest, it's 9%, right? So do you already have a list of emails of people that have shown interest but haven't bought yet?
Yeah.
Okay. And so if you have a list of, let's say, 10,000, and we have a program where you can pull their addresses, right? And so that cost all in would cost you about $6,200, right? To send 10,000 mailers.
Yeah, but not all of those people in our email list are buyers. See, I don't think you want to. So here's a couple things going wrong, Keenan. First, you had me. You stepped into. You put a foot through the front door at a problem I had, but then you didn't ferret it out. You just left it. Okay. You don't know how big it is. You don't know how critical it is. Like, you didn't really scope it out and get me to basically process the whole thing. Be like, yeah, he's got a damn good point. We're not going to make it. We got to figure out something else. We got to do something else, right?
But if I don't know how much revenue you want to bring in, how can I quantify that? All I know is that you're not going to hit your goal of doubling next year.
But you can still dig in and say, okay, oh my goodness, Keenan, you're killing me. So I don't need to know how much revenue. I told you that we're a multi-million-dollar company. That's as best I was going to tell you, right?
Okay, so let's say this year, right, you did 2 million.
Okay, let's say.
Okay? And next year, if your goal is to do 4 million.
Yeah.
Right? And if you continue getting what you're currently getting, then you're just going to do 2 million. You said it's been flat. So you're missing out on 2 million, right? In that year, next year.
We're running the risk of not doubling. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
We're running the risk of not getting that second 2 million. Yep.
So if you already acknowledge that doing more of the same thing isn't going to get you there,
I didn't say we're doing more of the same thing, right? What I told you is we just completely revamped our website.
Okay.
Right. So then I told you we bought Full Story to track the progress. Then I told you we just bought a new company to do SEO. You didn't ask me anything about the SEO company is going to do for us. And what you didn't do is you didn't ask me what from the new initiatives do I expect the leads to come from? How many leads do I expect to get? Right? You didn't ask me any of that, man.
Yeah, that's true. That is one thing I should have asked is, okay, you're currently doing 3 to 6. What do you do you anticipate that you'll hit your goal next year of, let's say, 4 million with all this new stuff that you're getting in? Right?
That's the hope. Yeah, that's the hope. Yeah.
Well, if you already believe that, then how can I position a product?
Keenan, you have to keep playing me against myself. You say, okay, so Keenan, right now, you told me you're tracking flat from a lead perspective, right? Okay. Then you can say, okay, when do you expect the website stuff to happen? I mean, I don't know. So what do you know about SEO, Keenan?
Well, basically, it's going to help you rank at the top when people look.
Yes. How fast does that happen, Keenan?
Takes a while.
Thank you very much. So there's one. So yeah, I believe it can happen. The website's got to get up. I haven't any of the numbers yet. Then you can say SEO. What are you doing there? What's changed? You didn't even ask me what's changed. You didn't even say, so you're doing a new website. What's changed in that new website? You didn't even ask.
Well, you're doing a rebranding. You're changing it from a sales guy to sales growth. And there's also things with the website that aren't functioning properly that I noticed.
Good. So there you go. If you know we're changing from a sales guy to a sales growth, then you have to assume that we're doing the SEO along sales growth, correct?
Yep.
So if you know we're doing this is all stuff that you should be thinking through, right? So if you know that we're going to be doing that, then you could have gone down the road. So that's going to take some time, isn't it, Keenan? Getting that new sales growth piece going, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? Then you could say, talk to me about this campaign. How many leads do you think you're going to be getting from that? Right? You could have literally pushed me to tell you how many leads I'm getting. And then you could have found out that either it's not enough or it's still up in the air. And then you could have said, okay, understanding that, what about this demographic? How about this? Why haven't you considered this? And tried to fit you in, right? And to layer on top of it. But you didn't do it. You didn't take me down the road of a doctor trying to diagnose where I am today, what I'm doing, where I believe I'm successful, where I'm failing, what the holes are, right? So that I could see that you might be a fit.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, that's where I definitely should have done better is figure out where you anticipate this new stuff will take you. Yeah, that's one part. Okay. Well, yeah, basically the main thing I was going to say is that.
So here's the deal. Fuck. Everybody wants me. Okay, here's the deal. Okay?
Yeah.
Here's the deal. It's going to be a tough road for you to convince me that direct mail is a good medium for business to business sales leaders, right? Fuck, this person's hitting me up hard. I think I know who it is. Okay. Business to business sales leaders, right? That's who our target market is. And then you have to convince me that you even know where to find them, right? Because, okay.
Yeah. Well, so one thing I'll say is that it definitely is effective for B2B, right? I know one company that they send about 30,000 mailers, right? They send about 30,000 mailers in a year, right? And then from those 30,000, it costs them 25K. Okay, send 30,000 mailers, cost them 25,000. From just that, they acquire.
What do they sell? What do they sell?
They acquire other businesses, so they're communicating.
So they send them out to the business owners.
Exactly. And what they do is they get them to sell them their business. So
okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I can see how direct mailing might work for that because technically speaking, that's business to consumer, in my opinion. You're going to the owner and you're trying to get him to talk about selling his business, right? As opposed, so it's his business. So it's the same thing as business to consumer to sell your car, rent your vacation property, or you buy some plates. But to get the VP of sales inside of, I don't care, freaking TIA Cref, right? To send him a mailer about sales training, I'm not seeing that.
Okay, that's fair. From the reason why I think that it's effective is because each person responds best to certain channels, right? If I was to email a VP of sales, they're probably getting, depending on the size of the company, they're probably getting 300 emails a day, right? Mm-hmm. So the reason why I see it as it could be valuable, at least worth testing, right? Not necessarily something you have to commit to, but something worth testing is because if they're getting 300 emails a day about whatever product, they're probably not getting many direct mailers, right? So that's a much more, it's a bigger opportunity.
Okay, so that being said, why not the book? That might have got my attention. Direct mail might be good for the book.
Yeah, I had many avenues I wanted to try out, but I didn't know how to really figure out which one to go through in 15 minutes. And especially since I started out with too many process questions.
So this is where you really have to be thinking, Keenan. You really, really, really have to be thinking, okay? You can't fall in love with your product.
Yeah.
And that's what people do, right? So in your shoes, you should have sat down and said, okay, who is he actually selling to? Because even you, I just said, trying to send a mailer. I wish I had a mailer in front of me. Oh, I do. A mailer. Trying to send a mailer to the VP of sales or the CRO of TIA Cref is probably not. And you said, yeah, you're probably right. Did you not say that? To try to sell a training mailer to the VP of sales or the CRO of sales at TIA Cref is probably not the best route. I even watched it say, yeah, okay, right? But then So you should have like thought through that a little more and said, but you know what? It might be a good idea to get them the book. Right? It might be an interesting.
One way you could use it is that, well, there's kind of an issue since Brady said that the book is really the biggest driver and also the biggest hole in the marketing. One thing that you could use direct mail for is send people a mailer with some type of coupon code for the book. However, since you're only using Amazon.
Okay, so I love that. So again, Keenan, I'm going to say to you what I said to far too many people. Okay, and you're not as bad. So on a scale of 1 to 10, you're past a 5, but you're not a 10.
Okay.
You don't listen to feedback very well.
Okay.
Like I can see it in people's faces when they're literally taking it in and they're like, oh my God, good idea. Oh. As opposed to, I hear you, but. I can see it in someone's face. So my point is what you just said, all those ideas you just tossed out, great ideas, right? So my point was you needed to think through this better before you started this thing and really gave some thought to where does direct marketing fit best for his business, right? So based on what you just told me now, and this is what buyers do. Buyers have to sell themselves. So based on what you just said, right, I'm thinking that might be an interesting idea. Had you gone down the road, how many books are you selling per quarter, Keenan, or per month? How are those being sold? How are you marketing those? How are you tracking those? Watch this, Keenan. Are you planning on changing anything in 2022? And yes, we are. One of the things we're thinking about doing is distributing our own books in 2022 so we can track who actually fucking buys them. Because right now, all we do is distribute them through Amazon. Okay, that's all we do. So you could have then said, based on the number of books you sell, do you have a rough idea of fucking people are calling me like crazy? Do you have a rough idea of how much business that drives? Or if you could double the amount of books sold, do you think that would increase the number of inbound referrals, et cetera? And I think absolutely unquestionably, yes. The more books we get out in the marketplace, the more business we get. Period. But you didn't ask any of those questions. No, don't start selling me right now.
I didn't. I just said okay. I said okay.
Yes, but I could see the okay, and then you wanted to go somewhere. Do you see where I'm going, man?
Yeah, that makes sense. And I actually did think about all those different use cases, but I didn't think it would make sense to start with that without uncovering.
But my point is, you needed to figure out where to go to uncover. So I'm not asking you to start with the use cases. I'm asking you to think which use case could provide the greatest value based on my problems. So you could have dug down into the selling of the books problem and that I can't track them. You would have found out what think about distributing them. You could then have said, okay, so if you're going to distribute themselves, what is your marketing campaign right now for just the book? I would have told you we really don't have one other than this viral video coming out and what we're doing now to paid ad, go buy Gap Selling something. So we don't have a really good one filled out. You could have moved in on that. Couldn't you?
Yeah, I could have for sure. That was one of the use cases I thought of, yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know why you didn't lead with that, finding out why that use case could work. Well, here's another way of looking at it, and then I got to go. What you could have done instead was you could have understood which of my use cases do I think is best, and then ask 2 or 3 questions, and then if you didn't like the answers, shift to a different use case. But because you were asking about my processes and not my problems, you couldn't switch from use case to use case.
Okay, so what would you say would be then problem-based questions, like the ones I was asking?
So going into 2022, Keenan, where are you putting the most of your marketing money? Where do you think is the greatest opportunity for growth? I said we got, obviously, if training is 70%, then we got to get more trainings and whatchamacallit. Okay, great. Based on that, in your current marketing strategy, what are you doing to double that? And I would have told you those 3 things, and you could have dug into those and said, how many things you're going to think you're going to get from each? How long do you think it's going to take you to get the SEO going? Hey, that's a good point. Probably longer than I thought, right? You could have dug in and found holes in all that, and then said, if you had dug in enough and found out that we were going to try to distribute the book ourselves, you could have asked, okay, understanding that, what are you going to try to do to promote the book directly? What is your direct marketing? Not back to Amazon. I don't have one.
Yeah, that would have been better. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if I had started with that, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That would have been definitely the best route. Okay.
See, I don't make this shit up. I don't yell at people for no reason. I'm desperate for people to actually really process this Gap Selling. It's deep shit. And there was an opportunity there. Fuck. There was an opportunity there. 100% an opportunity there. And I'm even open to having a secondary conversation. But for the record, like everybody else, I had to sell myself. I get tired of selling myself. I get tired of seeing it my fucking self. And that's every buyer on the planet. And that's why salespeople don't gap sell. It's just easier for them to throw all the stuff they have that they think they can do, right? And then the buyer processes it on and says, okay, I think I can do this. I know what to do with this.
Yeah. Right? Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of work to do to refine that aspect.
All right. But look, look, you tried, you gave effort, you earned yourself a second conversation. I'm still not convinced. However, I do think there may be something in Q1, maybe early Q2, after we get the distribution, everything set up, where I'd be open to a test to see if we could drive book sales through direct marketing. Open to a test. Okay. A direct mailing. I'm not convinced, but I'm open to it.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you for having me and all the critique. That was helpful.
All right, baby. All right. I always ask, was it helpful? But it sounds like it was. So, okay, remember that now. There's the final thought. Think. Apply way more thinking into who you're talking to, what you anticipate the business problems could be, how they would measure those types of things, right? Do all of that and go there first. Then talk about the process.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Was that helpful?
Yep, it was helpful.
All right. I feel you. All right, my man. Well, I appreciate it. Keenan to Keenan, I love you, baby. All right. All right, everybody. Here we go. Gap Sell Keenan number 51. Look, he didn't do a horrible job. He just missed so many opportunities. It happens too often. Look, gap selling is a thinking person's sport. It's a thinking person's sport. Focus on the problems. Know what problems you solve. And they're not simply revenue or profit, right? In his case, it is lead generation, it's opportunity creation, et cetera. So he should spend a lot more time digging in there and tie that to my growth goals, okay? All right, everybody. Look, if you want to gap sell me, you have a product or service you think I can use or a sales growth company can use, hit us up. We're buying if people can find the problem. If not, you got to go through the gauntlet. All right, y'all. You know what I'm going to say. Until next time, peace. I'm out. All right, nice work, Keenan. I got a jet, though. The whole world's trying to get a hold of me. All right, baby. Thanks so much. Peace.